Smallpox is an acute contagious viral disease with fevers and pustules, usually leaving permanent scars. Although smallpox was eradicated through vaccination by 1979, monkeypox, a disease which is prevalent now, is classified under the same family as smallpox. It causes a similar, though less severe, illness and is endemic in Central and Western Africa, where most cases have been found since the virus's discovery. Currently, the CDC Travel Health notices that the monkeypox has been found in 16 countries. Regardless of being first discovered in research monkeys more than half a century ago, monkeypox is a big problem presently.
The transmission of the monkeypox virus occurs when a person comes into contact with the virus from an infected animal, human, or even materials contaminated with the virus. It enters the body through broken skin, even if it's not visibly clear, the respiratory tract, and the eyes, nose, and mouth. Monkeypox can cause fevers, headaches, muscle aches, backaches, swollen lymph nodes, and a general feeling of discomfort and exhaustion. Visibly, a rash and multiple pustules can be found on the body. The current and common strain of monkeypox infection causes a less severe disease compared to smallpox, with a mortality rate of about 1 to 10%.
This is Bartholomew Smith, a researcher from UCSD who recently contracted the virus while in Africa.
Yes, so I actually contracted monkeypox after I went to Congo with some of my friends to study monkeys and other animals. One of them was unknowingly infected, and since I was his roommate who was in close contact with him, it was almost inevitable that I would contract it. I'm really sad about this since we were getting really close to learning more about monkeys and their interactions with each other. So far, my symptoms haven't been really bad except for the rashes all over my body. I've also had other flu-like symptoms such as fever, headache, and just general fatigue. I'm honestly not too worried since my doctors are really good. I've also been vaccinated as smallpox since I was 1 year old, which I've heard is still somewhat effective against monkeypox since they are in the same class of virus. My colleague who also developed the virus is fully recovered now, and I hope that I can recover as fast as him.
At this time, there are no specific treatments available for monkeypox virus, but monkeypox outbreaks can still be controlled. One vaccine, Jynneos, made from a strain of Vaccinia, has been licensed in the United States to prevent smallpox. Since the smallpox vaccine, Vaccinia Immune Globulin, VIG, and Cytovovir ST246 can be used to control a smallpox outbreak, studies show that the smallpox vaccine can help those to avoid and recover from monkeypox as well. As monkeypox is closely related to the virus that causes smallpox, the smallpox vaccine can also protect people from getting monkeypox. Past data from Africa suggests that the smallpox vaccine is at least 85% effective in preventing monkeypox.
Before we finish this episode, I would like to talk about a few things we and my research group could have done to avoid getting infected with monkeypox. The first thing we could have done was to avoid contact with animals that could harbor the virus. The second thing we could have done was to avoid contact with any materials that have been in contact with a sick animal. The third thing that we could have done was to isolate people that may or may not have been infected or in risk of being infected by the virus. The fourth thing we could have done was to practice generally good hygiene, like washing hands with soap and water after contact with the animals, and using gloves and masks while handling animals. The fifth and last thing that we could have done was to use protective equipment while around other researchers.
Thank you for your time. Make sure to stay safe from this fast-spreading disease.